I'm Seth Perkins.
And I'm Scott Perkins.
We've had a lot of requests about our family-owned butcher shop located right here in Creston, Ohio. White Feather Meats. This is where it all started, the whole entire Bearded Butcher brand. We're going to take you on a tour from the front of the building all the way to the back. Let's go check it out.
Yeah, we want to show you. So this building right here, we built this out in 2019. It didn't look anything like this when our parents would have bought the building back in 1994. But through the years, we expanded our retail store, and as such, we then expanded. So we had more products we were putting into our very small store, and then we just expanded into the actual space they're in. So the original building is still the hub of what we have here, but what you see walking up to the building was built new in 2019.
Let's go check it out. Welcome to White Feather Meats. Can't forget our display of Bearded Butcher blend seasonings, sauces. We have coffee, all kinds of goodies, our in-house recipes that we blend, and they're also available on our website. So that's all of our Bearded Butcher blend seasonings and sauces. And then if you come over here, this is our retail area. Take it away, Scott.
Yeah, so we brought in some of our old signs that would have been from that log cabin up there. Was actually when our dad started raising buffalo in the late 80s, he hand built that log cabin. And it was at our old farm, and that's where we first started selling meat at. The meat was actually getting butchered here. We did not own the butcher shop, and then it was in 94 that he bought the butcher shop where he was getting his buffalo butchered, and we relocated here. So some of the old signs from the old building are up here. But this is where you see all of our meat. We merchandise both fresh and frozen. Everything that you see in this meat case was touched by our hands. We do still all of the commercial butchery for our own shop. Seth and I pretty much lead the butcher floor. We do livestock slaughtering. We haven't taken our hands off of what we actually do. We're still heavily invested in it. Of course, we have a great team around us, but we're still run point on all these products. We're co-CEOs of the company, so anything that you see touched by the company, family owned and operated, so no outside investment or anything like that. Everything's done right here in-house. So let's go take a look at that house. We're just kind of in our dry goods area, our shipping and receiving, really, if you will. This is where we do our all of our packaged product would come in here, and we have these different freezer carts and stuff we work with. One door leads to the freezer, one door leads to the cooler. We'll come back to our main processing room because I want to take it clear into the back and show you. So this would be the original hub of the building that would have been built sometime in the 50s. And then this is our livestock floor, our harvest floor, if you will, slaughter floor. So we're still butchering livestock just like it would have been done. That's one of the unique skill sets that we possess, is the ability to do from livestock all the way to a complete packaged product, and not just a complete packaged product in the sense of, a steak, roast, or chop, but we're also doing value-added meats like hot dogs, snack sticks, jerky. And that's where the spices came in. So with our commercial butchery background, spices are going to be heavily involved because, wars were won and fought over spices. Spice and meat go together. So we had recipes that we worked with, house recipes. Seth actually came up with our original Bearded Butcher blend recipe to put on our pork butts. That's how we got started, coming up on 10 years, a little over 10 years ago, since we first started with our own spices. But that's why it's all integrated, because we're truly butchers at heart. We do everything here in the sense that we have the skill set across about 7 different species that we can do. We can do beef, we can do bison, we can do elk, we can do pork, we can do lamb. We've done ostrich in the past. So we're able to take any one of those species from actual livestock clear through a consumer-ready packaged product that we wanted to throw some marketing and branding behind. So that's where we came up with the Bearded Butcher brand, just sort of an outreach for who we are and what we do. The spices were obviously something we were already using. We started selling those. So that's a little background history.
And we have our father to really thank, and our mother, God bless them, because our father, we have his picture, his face right here on our logo. He was instrumental in starting the business, instilling those, you know, those good work ethics in us, you know, the butchering. He was a drill sergeant in Vietnam, so we always had a boot up our hind end, but we really do have them to thank that got us where we're at today. Out here on this kill floor, this is a special place because this is where we grew up. Scott and I started out here early teens, and we've grown up working this floor, bringing the animals in live, hand skinning, using splitting saw, and into the cooler. Let's go check out some of the rest of the building.
So once slaughtered, the animals go in the cooler. We have two different coolers here that they would go in. So we'd have our livestock carcasses that hang up here. We cut everything out of here on basically a rotational basis. So here we have the beef carcasses that are getting ready to go out on the floor. Let's go take a look at that processing floor.
Let's pop in the freezer here just real quick before we go out there. I want to show where we hold the inventory. So once it's processed, once it's cut, it's vacuum sealed, it goes into our freezer. So you can see this is where we hold all of our inventory that will then go into our meat cases and displayed for the consumer. That's a chilly one. When it's about 5:30 in the morning, you go into a sub-0 degree freezer.
This is, as they say, where the magic happens. So out of the dry aging cooler, we rail these carcasses out. In this case, those are beef carcasses. Many of our videos you're familiar with are right here in this setting. So this is where we take the carcass and we start to break it down into all your steaks, roast, chops, and then we do our ground meats, and then we can do our further processing, which would include our smokehouse. So we've definitely got to show them that.
From the very first video that was filmed with a cell phone, right here in this very spot is where it all started. And now we have millions of views over different videos on our channel that have all come from right here.
That's right. So we've got all of our meats being processed. Of course, Seth mentioned, you know, our folks, which they're still owners in the company. Our oldest brother, Sean, he's the VP of farming and he works as a butcher. So he's going to be doing all that stuff in here. Of course, it's his son, Spencer, behind the camera. Our niece, Alyssa, my twin sister's daughter, is our administrative assistant. So it's definitely a family affair. But as all those meats are getting processed, they're going to get packaged, put on these carts right here. This is our smokehouse area. So we've got a
Come on back.
commercial oven down here at the end that we would call a one truck oven. So we're able to do all of our hams, bacons, snack sticks, jerky, everything comes right out of this oven right here. So that's how we're able to do 100% in-house.
Let's pop out this way real quick. A little bit of warehousing out here. Come out the side door. And we're gonna be right back out to where we started. Got the big Bearded Butcher logo on the door. If you swing by, make sure you grab a photo, throw it on social media, tag us. We'd love to see it. We'd love to see where everybody's from. You know, about 6 years ago, we did a video where Scott did a plant tour.
It was our very first YouTube upload.
Very first, and our building looks a lot different than it did then. So
and we're hoping, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just gonna comment on the fact that, you know, we've come a long ways, and it's certainly has a lot to do with every single one of you, because we've never been able to do something like this. You know, staying family owned, no outside investors or anything like that. And by the grace of God, we have this store right here in Creston, Ohio.
Yeah, we definitely want to convey the authenticity and the fact that we talk about we keep our hands still in everything. We're still running point on the butchering shop, even though the brand has grown. And I hope this serves as a little bit of a timestamp. If you swing across the street, Spencer, we were blessed to be able to purchase the building across the street, and we intend to turn it into our warehousing and fulfillment and administrative headquarters. So hopefully over the next few years, we'll be able to watch that development, just like you've seen the development over here across the street. But of course, we want to thank, we want to thank God. We want to thank our wonderful family that's worked around us, all the team that works for us, and then of course you, the customer, because without that, it wouldn't be possible.
Truly is the American dream. Butchers, entrepreneurs, barbecuers, family people, family business.
Certainly is. Thanks for watching.
Appreciate you.